guys, Gary Gotra is here and now you are watching top 10 videos and we are discussing now top 10 most haunted places in the world in 2015. Then here we go. At the number 10 position we have Island of the Dolls, Xochimilco in Mexico. It is located on the lake of Tachuelo in Xochimilco near Mexico City. The island La Isla de la Muñecas, the island of the dolls, is certainly one of the strangest haunted locations in our list. In the 1950s, a man named Julian Santan Barrera moved to the island. He is the man who may usually talk with the young girls which were drowned near the water in the 1920s. When once the girl fell in and drowned in the bridge, we are in the France, Chateau de Brissac, Mani at Loire. Originally built in the 11th century as a castle by the Counts of Anjou and was built in 1502 by Charles II, Duke of Brissac, who gave it its name. This noble castle is the tallest in France and it exudes old world charm, but one of its past residents have shocked more than one visitor. A double murder that occurred. This is the main story of this castle, we can say. A double murder that occurred sometime in the 15th century, which resulted in one of the most popular ghosts of Brissac, that of the La Dame Verte, or we can say Green Lady. The current residents have become accustomed to her roaming the rooms, but she has scared many a guest. She is often seen in the tower room of the chapel wearing her green dress. What's most terrifying, however, is her face. If she looks at you, we are in the Canada. Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta was built over 125 years ago by Canadian Pacific Railway. It is a luxury stop at that time, but you can say looks beautiful, but it is the most terrifying place in Canada. Reports include the sighting of a bride who fell down the staircase, breaking her neck after panicking when her dress caught fire. Her apparition has been seen on the staircase and in the ballroom dancing, with many reporting the flames from the back of her dress. Scary. The main story that is told by the local is that of the family that was murdered in the room 873. That family lost their life in the room are still seen to this day, often in the hallway outside the room. Perhaps the most popular of all the reports is the former bellman, Sam McQually. He served at the hotel during 60s and 70s and is still seen to this day. If you try to make conversation or tip Sam, he vanishes. At the number 6 position, we have in England ancient Ram in Gloucestershire. It is built in 1145. The ancient Ram Inn is believed to be the most haunted house in the entire British Isles and perhaps the most haunted house in the world. Yeah, this is the most haunted house in the world. The tales of child sacrifices, devil worship and evil worship are believed to be behind the terrifying happenings in this building. Yes, the property is over 5,000 years ago. In addition, an ancient pagan burial ground is said to have resided in this property. During its time as a bed and breakfast, people often flee in the middle of the night, often seeing full-bodied apparitions in their rooms, the feeling of being touched, disembodied voices, or just the feeling of general evil. The John, the current owner and resident of Brahmin, has reported that on his first night in the house in 1968, he felt a presence grab his arm. Yes, John, the current owner and resident of the Ramin, has reported that on his first night in the house in 1968, he felt a presence grab his arm. We have the Tower of London in England. Yeah, with the history of torture and execution going back over 900 years, the Tower of London is regarded as many as one of the most haunted places in the UK. It was originally built in 1078 by William the Conqueror and has served a major role in the history of England ever since. The most famous of all the spirits that lived within its wall is Anne Boleyn, the wife of King Henry VIII. She was beheaded in 1536 and her headless body has been seen walking the tower corridors and often near the spot of their demise. Perhaps the most spine-chilling of all reports include the mysterious appearance of two children. They have been witnessed throughout the rooms of the castle. They are often seen in their nightgowns, holding hands and with a look of terror on their face. Apparently, the two small skeletons were exhumed beneath a staircase. We have the Tower of London in England. Yeah, with the history of torture and execution going back over 900 years, the Tower of London is regarded as many as one of the most haunted places in the UK. It was originally built in 1078 by William the Conqueror and has served a major role in the history of England ever since. The most famous of all the spirits that lived within its wall is Anne Boleyn, the wife of King Henry VIII. She was beheaded in 1536 and her headless body has been seen walking the tower corridors and often near the spot of their demise. Perhaps the most spine-chilling of all reports include the mysterious appearance of two children. They have been witnessed throughout the rooms of the castle. They are often seen in their nightgowns, holding hands and with a look of terror on their face. Apparently, the two small skeletons were exhumed beneath a staircase. The South Africa, the Castle of Good Hope in Cape Town. It was built in 17th century BC by the Dutch East India Company. It is the country's oldest colonial building, originally serving as the replenishment stations for ships. The first reported paranormal occurrence was in 1915 of a apparition of a tall gentleman on one of the castle's ramparts. The man was not seen again until 1947 when he was seen on the regular basis over a period of 2 weeks. There is also a story associated with the castle of the former governor Peter Gisbert van Noot. He died on 23 April 1728. The same day he had sentenced to death 7 soldiers who were caught attempting to desert the military. Later that day, Van Noot was found dead, slowed over his desk with the look of terror on his face. Another famous haunting is of the Lady in Grey. She has been witnessed running through the castle holding her face and crying hysterically. However, since a woman's body was found during recent excavations, her ghost has not been reported. or in the Australia, Monte Cristo Homestead, New South Wales. The historic Monte Cristo Homestead in Junee is regarded as the most haunted location in Australia. Its reputation is believed to stem from the amount of tragic events that have occurred there since it was built in 1885. A maid to the family is believed to have fallen from the balcony, and a stable boy apparently burned to death on the property. Here is also a mentally ill man named Harold, which was a son of a caretaker, chained up in the caretaker's position we have in the United States, Kentucky, Beverly Hills Sanatorium. Beverly Hills was originally a two-story wooden building that was opened in 1910. However, the building you see today was constructed in 1926. It is believed that many as 63,000 patients died here. Oh my God. The death toll as well as the supposed mistreatment and questionable experiment procedures on patients are all recipes that may be behind one of the most haunted buildings in the whole US. It is featured on the shows like Adventures, Ghost Hunters, and our very own famous Most Haunted. There were various amounts of reports that include full body partitions, fleeting shadows, screaming from empty rooms, or sudden cold spots, disembodied voices, and many others. Now, for the number one in this category, which is again in the United States, it is named as Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Reports included that shadowy figures that seem to quickly turn away when approached. Next is a dark figure that is occasionally seen in the guard tower. Another one is the evil cackling is heard coming from the cell block 12. Shadowy figures have been seen sliding down walls in cell block 6. Another is ghostly faces have been witnessed in cell block 4. And strange sounds such as disembodied footsteps, distant talking, and banging of cell doors have also been heard. Let's talk about when it was built. It was built in 1829. It is a former prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is known for being the first prison of its kind to introduce solitary confinement. Due to Eastern States' harsh approach, many prisoners were drove to insanity. As a result, the Pennsylvania system was scrapped in 1913. From then until 1970, it was used as a regular prison and was held like of Al Capone and the bank robber Willie Skeeton. Reports of the paranormal have been going on since the 1940s, but ever since the Stone Prison was abandoned in 1971, paranormal. There is one special in this category, and which is named, any guesses? It is the White House. Yes, it is the White House in Washington DC, USA, perhaps the most famous residence, the home and office of the President of the United States. It has been official residence of every president since 1800, when John Adams first moved into the house. With the vast amount of history and historical figures that have graced its rooms, it's very little wonder that the White House has a tale or a two of haunting. In fact, it's considered to be one of the most haunted houses in the whole of the United States. Reportedly, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands was staying in the Rose Room when she heard a knock on the door in the middle of the late night. When she answered, she was confronted by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln standing in the hallway. Yeah, it's scary. President Andrew Jackson is believed to haunted the Rose Room, with numerous White House employees reportedly hearing his hearty laughter or him in a fit of rage, swearing violently. The ghost of Abigail Adams, who is the wife of John Adams, has been seen floating through the East Room. She is apparently the room in which she used to hang her laundry, and you can see her as carrying a laundry basket. Wow. Various other aspects have also been seen, including the past employees, Presidents Thomas Jefferson and John Tyler, the First Lady Dolly Madison, a British soldier, and Annie Surratt. Sudden cold spots, disembodied footsteps, voices, knocks, and screams have been also been reported at the seemingly very haunted 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Yeah. Thanks for watching this video. For more videos like this, kindly subscribe to my channel and please support me. Thank you. Like if you, thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you don't like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I will do my